It was late in April this year, 2013, that I met up with Miss Carmen Wakeling of Eatmore Sprout Organic Farm in Comox Valley, Vancouver Island. I'd gone there to meet up with a lot of organic farmers and to record some of their activity and how they were surviving and what were their chances of prospering against this changing tide where industrial farming and genetically modified crops were looming ever larger across the horizon. Carmen took me around, showed her farm, wonderfully managed, and then we sat down near one of her giant greenhouses and had a long talk. I did the interview, she did the talking, and Anuradha, my wife, did the filming.
Let's see.
How large is this place?
We have 3.75 acres here.
Oh, it's not a huge farm.
No, it's small. But the sprout facility, as I was saying, we produce about 8,000 pounds of sprouts, mixed variety sprouts a week. We have different greenhouse products, so we've got sunflower greens, pea shoots, and microgreens that we grow in our greenhouses in soil, and we can actually peek into those spaces without having to do anything too massive.
Okay.
We have all sorts of stuff going on here. So we're heating our greenhouses now with a wood gasification boiler. So we just put that in the winter time. So it's now, we don't have to use natural gas. We have this wood gasification, and it loops hot water through the system. And we're just developing this greenhouse. We've built rammed earth beds in it, and it's going to be interesting to see how it works. But
and where does the wood come from? This wood from which you get the gas?
That wood is coming from different areas. I've got an organic farmer who's clearing some land. He's going to bring us a bunch of organic wood. But then they're logging all the time here, so there's always scrap wood. So
and you heat them, gas will come out.
That's right. And then in our wood gasification boiler, it burns the wood, but it also burns all the gas, so it's quite clean. So the end result is maybe not the very best, but we could use solar or something, but we just don't have this access to
much solar. I don't think in solar you can get that much heat.
No, not consistently. So behind you here, this is our composting facility. This is, I don't know where
go in.
You can just go. I don't know. This is our Bay 1, so we put all of our stuff in here, all our waste from the farm. Nothing from our kitchens, but just all our sprout waste goes in here, and we turn it 5 times. And then
turn it 5 times.
Yeah, turn it and screen it and all sorts of stuff, and then we end up with this beautiful compost. So I'll show you the end result.
How long time does it take?
Right now it's about 6 months.
6 months.
From start to finish.
And you start when and finish when?
Well, we're doing it all year round.
Oh, so you do it twice in a year?
Yeah, but it gets turned. Like every quarter, we move it from one bay into the next bay. And so it just gets turned and turned and turned.
You don't mind me asking silly questions, right?
Sure. As long as it's interesting to you. So this is about 3 months old. And you can see there's little seeds, little sprouts growing on the top.
So is the soil mixed, or is just generating that what looks like soil?
It's just our waste material. We started with a pile of soil here on the farm.
Oh, you started with?
Yeah, a big pile of dirt 20 years ago. And we brought some stuff. We brought some sawdust in over the years. We've been having to use some sunshine peat moss because we have a bit of a disease in our pea shoots right now, which is unfortunate. But generally, the soil just is pretty close circuit. This is like 3/4 of the way in. For us, we have to really watch out for pests and things like that. Needless to say, it's out of the doors.
You mean rats can get inside?
We try to keep them out.
But they would like if they.
Oh, they would love it. There's food in there. Like in the first one, there's lots of food, and then the birds love it because there's lots of food. So we have to keep them out. We don't want to make people sick.
This one is empty.
Oh no, this one's got the finished stuff in it. So you can see that we're getting close to being completely done here. We'll have to be refilling this soon. We can go in.
Yeah.
We can go in and have a look. It's just beautiful compost. We do test it for listeria. Yeah. We test it for listeria and salmonella and E. coli.
You test it for?
Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli, just because we don't want to make people sick.
And who does the testing? You can test it yourself?
No, we send them to Vancouver. We send
Vancouver.
every single product we produce, every single product is tested, and we wait for results, and we don't ship it out until we get results.
And how long does it take?
It's not that bad. It takes about 24 hours.
Oh, that's
We
fast.
send it by air to Vancouver. Our friend Mark picks it up over there and takes it to the lab that we work with, and they can turn the results around.
You have to pay for it.
Oh yeah. It's expensive, but it's one of those things. If you don't do it, then you don't know if your food is okay, and then you don't want to make people sick.
And then once it is certified, it goes into the soil where you're.
So we'll follow these guys. We can walk on this area. How are you, Emily?
Hey, how are you?
Good. So just the two of you today?
Yes, just to make an idea.
And make sure you tell Sarah.
Okay. I think it's okay.
All right.
We're almost done the cutting, so.
Yeah. We're just going to sneak in and have a quick peek behind you.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I'll let you head in there. Grab your So in here, we grow pea shoots. They're harvesting them right now over there. They just cut them with a knife, so they just grow on a soil-based tray. And then we take them inside and put them in containers or whatever we need to do with them.
And that's sprouting from each pea. And how many peas will each plant make?
One pea shoot. Yeah. We could probably let them grow for longer, but they wouldn't be the same quality. It just gets messy.
And why are the covers hanging on top? Or what
That's
are they?
just in the wintertime they can come down, so they just sit a foot above and just help keep things warm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
just to help keep things. Yeah, nothing's. It's like a blanket.
This is like how many
And
days?
Those plastic sheets lying on the.
That just helps. It helps them to stay moist, and it pushes them into the soil a bit. They're not very good. They curl. But they're food grade plastic. So these ones here are about 6 days. When we're harvesting them, they're around right now about 11 days. They vary depending on the season.
And those who buy the sprouts, what do they do with it? They grow them or they eat them? What do
They eat them. Yeah, they eat them. They can saute them or eat them raw.
I see.
Put them in a salad.
So basically, it's straight away for consumption.
Yeah. Wash them and eat them. And we can go see the other greenhouse where we have other stuff going on.
So you are both the brain, the muscle, and the accountant behind the business, or your husband is taking some, or your partner is taking?
My husband and my partner is probably the muscle and the brains. He's very, very intelligent. I don't know if you want to see this, but this is quite interesting. I don't know if it's locked, but I don't know the code.
Okay, never mind.
Anyways, in there is our wood gasification boiler, so maybe I can always get the code. It's quite amazing.
I'm an engineer. I work with boilers. No, not a wood gasification boiler, but the concept is.
It's big. It's about 8 feet tall and about 13 feet. It's a big one. I think it's about 13,000 gallons of water.
Yeah.
It's heating all these two greenhouses, and with the new one, we're hoping it'll be both. You can just step right in here. There's pea shoots in here, and there's also sunflower greens and microgreens, but they're way at the far end.
Sunflower greens?
Yeah, and
these are not peas?
These are peas here. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And those
are sunflowers.
Oh, I see.
So we just, yeah.
And again, they're going to be sold in the sprout stage.
Yeah, these ones have a big washing process that we go through, but they're not doing it right now.
And since you sell them before they germinate or they pollinate, so that means you have to buy seeds every time? You can't save your seeds,
no, we
right?
buy seed. Yeah, we use a lot of seed in a year, and that's our challenge with the alfalfa. We use I can't think off the top of my head. Sorry, it's a Sunday morning. We use a lot of pounds of seed in a year.
And you buy them from?
We buy them from a certified organic grower in Saskatchewan called Mom's Sprouting Seeds.
And it's road transported here?
Yeah, by pallets, big pallets. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but we take an alfalfa seed and we can make it 10 times bigger than it was. So we have, a
The
big
plant?
The seed. We make it 10 times
How?
bigger by growing it. We just grow it from a little tiny seed into a sprout, and so we increase the volume of and the nutrition content of that.
And
seed.
that's also eaten straight away?
Yeah.
It's not to be stored in the field for cows to browse on or something?
No, we have some in our fields, but that's just because it volunteered there. No, it's for human consumption. Yeah.
You have little in the fields about what was it you said?
We have some alfalfa growing in our fields from our compost because one of the things that happens is there's always hard seed. Mother Nature makes about 1% of the seed different than all the rest of it. And so that if there's an extreme event, like it gets really hot and all the other seeds die, or it gets really cold and all the other seeds die,
those survive.
The 1% is actually it's
that's how you hybridize.
Activated. Yeah, it's put to life. It by having an extreme event like a heat or a cold, it starts to grow.
So you have them in the field by accident or by design?
Well, they're there. They're there because they're in our compost, and we like them because they're really good for bringing nutrients from down deep. So they're kind of by accident and on purpose. But a lot of people really like alfalfa as a nutrient for the fields, so they use alfalfa pellets.
You mean for the nutrients to go back in the field, like nitrogen fixing or something?
Yeah. Well, people will buy alfalfa in a pellet that they can sprinkle on their fields for fertilizer. They will. The roots draw up. They go really deep, and they draw lots of nutrients from way down deep. So that's really good.
And then they let the plants to be crushed back into the soil or to be grazed by cattle or what?
Yeah, I mean, often in our society we make hay with it and then we feed it to the cattle in the wintertime, or the horses or whatever, any kind of animal. And then of course you can use the manure because it's
And
rich.
alfalfa looks substantially different from normal grass, right?
Yeah, I'll show you some.
Although they call it alfalfa grass, it's not really grass, right?
No, it's a legume. It looks almost like a clover. So you'll see, I'll show you some. I've got one spot, I've got dandelion, which is always good, clover, and alfalfa, all growing beside each other.
And they can grow wildly on some open field if you leave them alone.
Yeah, they're perennial. So they will just keep coming back and back and back.
And they can survive whatever other pests or whatever other things. They don't need to be pampered.
That's what I understand. My friends who are farmers who grow the seed for us say that they don't really need chemicals to grow it. They don't need a lot of fertilizer.
Just like grass, it grows without your permission.
That's right. Whether you want it or not, you're going to get it. So.